Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we're making honey ginger garlic shrimp and broccoli in the comfort of your own home. All right guys, honey ginger garlic shrimp and broccoli. Super flavorful, super easy to make at home with just a couple of ingredients and just a couple of minutes of your time. So let's jump right into it. We're gonna take our broccoli and we're just gonna trim off the florets. We're just looking for just little bite-sized pieces. If you don't have fresh broccoli at home, you can use the frozen stuff. If that's what you have in the freezer, that's all right as well. It actually might save you a step or two. So we're gonna cut this into small, bite-sized pieces. All right, so we have our pot back here steaming with, the pot's not steaming, the water's steaming. The pot is just getting hot. All right, so we have our pot back here. The water is nice and hot, getting some steam rolling. We're gonna throw our broccoli right in there just for a couple of minutes, just to start the cooking process. While the broccoli is cooking, let's get started on our onion. We're gonna use our yellow sweet onion. If you have white, you have red even, that'll work. But today we're using a yellow sweet. We're just gonna mince it up nice and fine. After the onion is diced up, now we're just gonna really quickly take our scallions, just really thinly slice the tops just for a really beautiful garnish. All right guys, so the broccoli's been steaming just for a couple of minutes. We wanna get that out, stop the cooking process, and I have a little trick for you at home, a little pro tip, but don't tell anybody. All right, this is just for you. So in my freezer here, I have a sheet pan and I've got it really nice and cold. And the reason that I have it nice and cold is because I wanna pull the broccoli right out of this steaming basket and stop the cooking process really, really quickly. So we're gonna pull it out of the steamer and drop it right here. Whoa, slippery. Drop it right there on the ice cold sheet pan. And what that's gonna do, it's gonna pull that heat right out of it really quickly. You could use an ice bath. I'm sure that you've heard of that term, possibly even done that at home. But the thing with an ice bath, in my opinion, is that the ice bath and dumping water all over it is gonna rinse off all of the nutrients and all of the natural flavor. So this way, we can pull that heat right out of the vegetable. It also works on any proteins and that kind of stuff without ruining the flavor. Now, on to the star of the show. We've got a jumbo shrimp. This is a 16-20 count, meaning 16 to 20 shrimp per pound. And this is a pound. Just definitely enough to feed like 2, maybe 3 people, even a small family of 4. But I have another special trick for you. We're gonna take this shrimp and we're gonna make it look like 2 pounds. It's gonna eat like 2 pounds. So 1 pound into 2 pounds. Everybody loves that. So we're gonna take our shrimp. They've already been peeled and deveined, so these are clean, ready to go. The tail is off. But what I'm gonna do now is take it and split it right in half. Just run that knife right down the middle. So I took that one shrimp, split it into 2. It's gonna do a couple of different things when we do that. Now 1 pound of shrimp is gonna eat like 2 pounds of shrimp, more bites of shrimp throughout the dish. So that's number one, great thing. The second thing is it's gonna have a lot more area for flavor to get in there. It's gonna be really rigid, lots of nooks and crannies to hold in that flavor. And also when you cook it, it does a really cute little corkscrew, all right? Instead of just kind of making a C, it's gonna make a corkscrew. So it's a really great presentation. All right guys, so the shrimp are ready to go, nice and split, ready to make those little cute little corkscrews. Now it's time for the sauce. So we've got our pot here. You can see there's a lot of heat going in there already. We're gonna start with a little bit of butter and a touch of oil, all right? Let's add some of our onions that we minced up. This sauce really does not take much time at all. So you wanna make sure you have all of your ingredients or your mise en place, if you're French, ready to go so that you don't have to be fumbling around in the kitchen, in the pantry, in the fridge, getting everything ready to go because you will burn your sauce. In with some garlic, some minced up garlic, and now some minced ginger. All right, you can use fresh ginger, go to the store, buy some ginger, peel it up, dice it up really small, or they've made it really convenient for us these days and you can get it in a tube. That's what I did. All right, so we have our onions and we have our garlic and our ginger there with that butter. Things are happening really fast now, really quickly. Next to the party is gonna be a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of honey. My boys call honey bee candy. They actually said that to me this morning. I had it sitting on the counter and my boys, my 2 sons, they're 3 and 4, they said, "Daddy, that's bee candy." Toddlers, I love it. In goes a little bit of our chili flake and a little bit of our chili paste, all right? Really spicy, be careful. If you like it really hot, you can make this as spicy as you like. Last but not least, we have some sesame oil. Now this stuff, a little bit goes a long way. Got a lot of smoky, umami flavors. I love this. If you don't use sesame oil at the house, you're really missing out. So this is gonna come to a boil. It's gonna start boiling, and that's what we want. As it boils, everything's gonna come together. All of the flavors are gonna become really nice and cohesive, really round and balanced. But then we need to thicken it up because you want a nice, ooey, gooey, thick, amazing, delicious sauce to go with our shrimp and our broccoli over top of our white rice. And to do that, we're gonna use a slurry. A slurry is just regular cornstarch with a little bit of water. Kind of equal parts, but I'll show you. So we're gonna just take a little bit of water. Don't get it full blast now, because that will be when it splashes out. And now we're just gonna start mixing it up with just a little bit of water, and it becomes like a glue, kind of like an Elmer's glue from when you're in grade school. And now that is our slurry. So when we whisk out all of the lumps, this is what's gonna thicken up our sauce. And this thickens very similarly to a roux. Right? We've done a roux here on the show before. We just did it with an etouffee. Whoa. This is what you would typically use in an Asian style dish. So you've had Chinese takeout in the past, and the next day or leftovers, that sauce has like a kind of a jelly consistency, right? That's because they're thickening it with cornstarch. So here we go. Our sauce mixture is boiling. We're gonna slowly start adding our slurry in there. And add a little bit at a time. Don't overdo it because it's easy to add more, but it's really hard to take it out once it's there. It's just a little bit at a time. You do not need much. And once that starts to boil, that's when it activates, and that's when it'll get nice and thick. And it does not take long at all. Check that out. Just that little bit. Look at how much thicker that is. It's gonna really coat our shrimp and our broccoli. This is a great time to taste. You know, ABT, always be tasting. Best part of the job. But be careful when you taste. Let's kill the fire. Be careful when you taste because that is a lot of sugar. That honey is like napalm, so you don't want to burn your mouth. You'll miss all your good, delicious lunch. Oh yeah, a little sweet. Ooh, that soy and that sesame really coming in there. Lots of beautiful round flavors. That is gonna be good. All right, so the sauce is nice and thick. Let's finish it up with a little bit of our green onion. This is gonna make a really beautiful color. And then let's finish it with some lime, some fresh lime juice. And you know, I never like to cook the lime juice into it, or the lemon, whatever it is, because we lose all of that fresh citrus note. So we'll just take one, maybe two, we'll see. Sometimes limes are not so juicy. One lime going in, 2 limes of the juice of 1 lime in there. One more quick stir. All right, so we have our sauce ready to go. The broccoli has been already par-steamed. We are ready for the main event. We've got our shrimp here ready to go. And again, have everything ready. Have your mise en place because things are gonna happen real fast moving forward. So we've got our oil in the bottom of a wok. I like to use a wok. If you don't have a wok at home, that's okay. You could do this in another type of pot. But for me, I'm gonna use the wok. It's a little bit more traditional and it's gonna be great. So in go a little bit more of our onion. Woo, there we go. There's that sizzle. Now we're cooking with flavor. We've got our onion. Give that some toss. We're gonna add a little bit more of our ginger. And let's add the rest. Why not? We like some flavor today. A little bit of our garlic. And you know, once that garlic hits the pan, you really have to move really fast because that garlic will burn really super quick. In go our broccoli. We've got our onions, we've got our garlic and our ginger. Now let's add our par-cooked broccoli into that beautiful pot. Whoa! And because we par-cooked it, we don't need to really cook it that long here. We're just looking to crisp it up a little bit, maybe get some caramelized edges there on that broccoli. In go the shrimp. We're gonna season it with a kind of an all-purpose seasoning. If you just have salt and pepper, just use salt and pepper. But there's a lot of flavor in the sauce, so you don't need to go crazy heavy on this part. The sauce has most of the flavor. Because we split the shrimp, cut them in half, they cook really quickly. So don't walk away. Tell the kids to leave you alone for a minute. You gotta stay here at the pan because things are gonna happen really quick. This is a great dish. Really flavorful, really simple, not very many ingredients, and it happens lickety-split. All right, so check out our shrimp and our broccoli. The shrimp are about 75, maybe 80% of the way cooked. It does not take long. They're already starting to curl up, and now is when we're gonna throw our sauce in. You wanna throw the sauce in before the shrimp are completely cooked. That way you're not gonna overcook the shrimp. So in goes our sauce. So that sauce is now gonna come back to temperature, it's gonna heat up, it's gonna bring everything together. Let's finish it with a little bit of sesame seed. You can have white sesame seed, a mixture of black, but I got another little trick for you. You ever heard of everything bagel seasoning? I love that stuff, all right? It's got the white, it's got the black, and it's got a little bit of extra flavor, so let's go in with that. Let's kick that flavor up just a little bit extra. A couple more tosses. Beautiful. Let's kill the heat. We don't want to overcook the shrimp. That is ready to go. Back here, I have a little bit of white rice. Just plain steamed jasmine white rice. We're gonna take some of our white rice and we're gonna put it right down here on the bottom of the plate. White rice down. Here goes the star of the show. We wanna make sure we get all the flavors. Whoa, I'm throwing shrimps. We're throwing shrimps here. So the shrimp and the broccoli going right down over top. Look at that. Extra saucy, extra flavorful shrimp, beautifully cooked. Not gonna be rubbery. That broccoli's still gonna have a nice crunch because we did not overcook it. We just par cooked it in the beginning. There we go, look at that. Finish it up, little garnish, you know, but wait, there's more, there's always more. A little bit more of our sesame seed or everything bagel. We're gonna do a little bit more scallion over the top. How about a little lime zest, right? To match the flavors of the lime juice in the sauce, let's hit it with a little lime zest. Really nice. Remember, whenever you're zesting any kind of citrus, no pressure on the citrus. Just let it rub right over the top because you get that white piece in there. It's really bitter. And there you have it, guys. Honey, ginger, garlic, shrimp. A beautiful dinner in the comfort of your own home. Gonna get some shrimp, some broccoli, going all in there. Oh, guys, that is so good. So good. And you see how long it took. Really quick, really simple, and crazy flavorful. Guys, make sure you join us next time here on The Hook, because I never want you to miss a bite of this amazing flavor. See you next time.
Beach easy.